This video is to show how to replace a HID bulb like this one in a 2008 Cadillac CTS. There seems to be no videos on this, and we're going to show you how to do it. First, you take your headlight housing out, which is not too bad, and there's a lot of videos on that, so we're not going to show you that. But the main thing is how to get this little devil out of there and get the other one in. Take these three little screws out right here. Okay, once you take that out, you see the bulb inside. Now just remember, these things are capacitive. In other words, they can hold a charge even if they're unplugged. And the charge is quite massive and it can hurt you. So be very careful when handling anything in here. There's two little screws. Let's see here. Let's see if this helps. There's one over here and there's one here. Those two little screws hold that on. Believe me when I tell you, you cannot take those off. The bulb out without taking the screws out. It's pretty fragile, so I'm taking a little bit out of each one. And then I'm going to put a magnet on it and pull it out with a magnet. One. Once you get those two screws out, once again, this wiring, it still has a charge on it even though it's completely unhooked from the car. Doesn't seem possible, but it is. Unhook the cable from it. It's easier to do it that way, I found. To take it out and put it in, you just the reverse. And here's one that's undamaged. There's nothing wrong with it. We're saving it. Okay. Here's the replacement. That glass part, just like halogen bulbs, everyone knows about these halogen bulbs. You know you can't touch those because your finger oils get on it, and then within a few weeks or a few days they'll burst while they're being used. These are even more fragile. If you touch one of those, according to everything I've read, within a fraction of a second they explode. So no touch. If you do happen to actually touch it, they said that you can take and clean it with alcohol right before you use it, or before you turn it on. It'll be alright. But I'm just not going to touch it. Alright, just like we took that off, put this one back on. Now, make sure the holder's straight on there. That little tab helps. Okay. Now it's just basically the reverse. But I found earlier it's easier when you're putting it back in to plug this up first. And remember, this still has a charge, so I'm being very careful not to touch the end and not the bulb, and don't touch anything. Makes it difficult. That's in. So now the tricky part about getting those little screws in there without dropping them. And we can breathe again. Those are in there. Now just tighten them up evenly. You're done there. That's what it looks like when you're done. All of our videos are in real time, so you see exactly how long it takes. Watch a video, which all these parts are sped up, and it seems like the task should just take 2 or 3 minutes. So I've been on this car for about an hour and a half so far. Most of the time was on these. Alright, that's it. Unit's ready to go back on the car.
And this is a 2008 Cadillac CTS.